Hi everybody, Jeri Bellini here from My Arts and Parts. Welcome back, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really simple pair of earrings. And for earrings, and this is part of my wire wrapping series, and for earrings all you're going to need is a head pin, and I have on my table several different lengths and styles of head pins. I have a gold one. Let me zoom you in. Here we go, a little closer. I have gold, they come in silver, they probably by now come in all different colors, they come in different lengths. You can see some really long ones. They come in gold filled, they come in sterling silver. You do not need to use a sterling silver head pin, even if you have allergies. The head pin does not go anywhere near your ear, and so I always used to recommend to people that they buy base metal head pins. They're very strong, they're sturdy, and they don't go near your ear, so no problem, you won't get an infection. You see there's a head. It almost looks like a little nail, you might say. A little nail head at the end of a piece of wire, and that prevents the bead from falling off the end. See? So when you're making a pair of earrings, you want a head pin, and you want to make sure that the head on the bottom of the pin is large enough that it's not going to fall into the hole on the bead that you've chosen to make a pair of earrings. Now, if it does, if you really want to use this bead and your head pin is really small, then you would put a little bit of a spacer bead on to catch with a smaller hole to catch the bead so that the bead doesn't fall off the end. Okay, now I'm trying to give you as much information as I can think of, like I used to in the store. These are really basic, simple concepts, but if you've never done this before, you would have no clue. So there you have that. So we're going to make an earring with just these two beads, and here is my ear wire. Oops, focus, focus. And they come in also in many different shapes and sizes and colors, and this one happens to be silver, and we are going to make an earring. So yes, this is extremely long. You do not need anything this long, but this is what we have, and so use what you have. If you're going to purchase a package of these, they generally come in a package. Purchase the longer ones, because that will give you more opportunity to make long earrings or short earrings. Now, if you know that you definitely only want to make short earrings, you can purchase shorter ones. Okay, but this one happens to be, I think it's 3 inches. I should have measured it. This one is 3 inches. Okay, so I like to get them at least 2 inches. So I am going to use my flat nose tool that I showed you in my prior video, and I'm going to grab it with the very tip. Okay, very tip. And the reason you want to do that is when you bend this, now I'm going to bend this wire over. I'm going to bend it at a 90-degree angle. See that? And so the reason you want to use the very tip is you don't want a big space here. A little space is fine, but you do not want a big space right here, because you're just going to be turning your loop around. We're not wire wrapping this. We're just going to do a simple loop on the top. If you can see that. It's just a simple loop. All right? So after you get your bead on and after you push that over at a 90-degree angle, you're going to take your wire cutter and you're going to trim about 1/4 of an inch, depending on how long you leave this wire. that will determine the size loop you can make. So if you like a really big loop, you want to cut it down further. If you want just a standard size loop, you're going to cut it about 1/4 inch. Now, when you cut, I always used to tell my customers at the store, put your finger on the wire and cut, and you should kind of cover everything, because this does fly and you can poke somebody's eye out. All right. Now, the next thing you do is you're going to take your round nose tool, and you're going to hold this bead in your hand. You've got the bottom resting against your thumb, and the top you have against your pointer finger. And the reason you hold it this way is to keep everything from jiggling, okay? So then I have this finger over here too. Let's see if I can do this and show you at the same time. So the next thing that I want to tell you is when we're going to grab the top of this wire and we're going to bend. And I'm going to zoom you out just a hair so you can see my hand motion, because this is very important. We're going to go like this, okay? Hold the tool in your hand like you're waving, like you're going to wave to somebody. Like that. I used to tell everybody, hold it up and wave. Do the wave. So you've got your tool in your hand like that. This way, when you start to do your loop, your hand is going to go like this. And you don't want your hand to go like this. You want your hand to go, it's up like this. You're doing the wave, and you just want to go like this and around. You want your tool, and this is really important because this will give you a nice loop. You want your tool to go around like straight. You don't want it to go around cockeyed. Oh, it's so hard to see on a video, and I hope you understand what I'm saying. So you want your tool to go like that, straight, and then your loop will go straight. So we're going to grab the end of the wire, and it depends on how far in you are on your tool or how close to the tip, the size of the loop on your earring, okay? So depending on how thick your round nose tool is, this part, the shaft part, it will determine the size of your loop. So I generally, for my tool, I go down about 1/4 inch. Now, right here, I've got the tool inside the jaw, and when I rub my finger on here, I can just feel a little bit of the earring, of the ear wire there. You don't want it to be sticking out. Okay, you see that? It's just about, it's not quite flush. You can feel it, but you don't want it sticking out. So grasp everything the way I just told you, with your thumb on the bottom and your pointer finger on the top, and now we're going to roll up and away from yourself. And I'm looking at the camera, and trying to do this at the same time. So, and roll away from yourself. And then release. Put your flat nose tool on there and straighten it if it needs to be straightened. But you should have, at this point, you should have a little bit of a hook there, okay? So now you're going to take your earring and drop it in the hook and let it dangle off your finger so it's out of the way. You're going to take your round nose tool, you're going to go in and grab the top of the loop, and you're going to pull it down. Okay, now I'm up in the air doing this, so now I have to hold it down where I can see it and finish pulling it down. All right, at this point, if you need to make an adjustment, you would do that with your flat nose tool and make a little adjustment if you need to, and definitely make sure that this is closed. There we go. Now you can see it. Okay? And that's it. Now you got a pair of earrings. Isn't that cute? Awesome. Easy peasy. All right. Next time we come back, I am going to show you how to do a wrapped bead, and that has wire wrapped around both sides, both ends. So there's 2 loops there, and you can also connect these to other beads just like them. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a blessed day full of love and art, and I will see you again in a little bit. Bye.